Good afternoon, Fargo. Fargo City Commissioner Tony Gehrig with your how I voted for the December 14th and 28th, 2020, combining these two into one meeting. 4 issues. The first one was just a Renaissance zone exemption for the building that used to be the Prairie Co-op there. This building basically has never paid taxes. So the co-op didn't make it, obviously, so now a new company moves in, FM Title, and they applied, as they should, for the incentive, and it's basically 5 more years of just not paying taxes. So this is what happens. We just keep rolling in new businesses, and if they make it, hopefully they make it, but if they don't, we just give more and more incentives. It's just unnecessary to do that. So I voted no with a 4-to-1 vote. The CIP, the Capital Improvement Plan for the City of Fargo. This gives a 10-year outlook of how we're going to spend your infrastructure dollars looking forward. This year, we have a plan for this year. If everything goes to plan, it should all be right there for us, so we can budget and see what needs to be in the funds going forward. Yes, sounds very boring. However, this year's a little bit different because of the Prairie Dog Funds. The Prairie Dog Funds is that oil money that comes from the state to the cities based on your population. This year we were supposed to get, $14 million, whatever it was, $14 million, some large amount of money. And because of oil prices, because of COVID in large part, we are getting something like 7, I think, somewhere around there. We're not getting nearly the number we thought we were, is the big point here. So with that, my plan is to use that every penny of that Prairie Dog Fund that comes to Fargo, that's new money that we basically found on the ground. We need to be able to offset the costs that go to the taxpayer. That would be special assessments, building roads, making new roads, fixing existing roads, whatever, sidewalks, trees, whatever, the whole thing. We need to take all that money that we get from the state and plug it in there so we are charging you less for your special assessments. That is not the plan going forward. That is not what the CIP says right now. So it was a 4-to-1 vote. I voted against it. We have great staff. We have great people that are being directed to do what we're telling them to do. And if we direct them to put those Prairie Dog funds to offset special assessments, they will do it. It's the fact that the majority is telling them not to do that, and that's why they're not doing it. Just real quick, I brought up to end the emergency mandate again on the 28th. That did not pass, 3-2. Dave and I voted with that. If you want to see my reasoning for voting against the emergency mandates, check out the last video from November of 2020, and that will give you a breakdown of why I'm doing it. Not because I don't think COVID's important, not because I'm not scared of COVID, not because I don't take it seriously. It's because the reasons we're being given for the emergency mandate are not the reasons that are a reality. We are not losing funding from the federal government. We're not losing funding from the state because we're not going to have an emergency mandate. We're just trying to get back to regular order, regular government. We're 5 commissioners, debate, bring up issues, and vote. And we're all held accountable. That's what I want to get back to. Historic overlays. Okay, so Oak Grove, the area there, that community wants to put a historic overlay over their properties or over their area. In brief and simply put, it gives like standards for what the buildings have to look like. So you can't make it look like a skyscraper or a really modern building if you're in this historic part of town, because everything should look kind of like it was back then when they were originally made. The reason why I hate these ideas, I hate historic overlays, is because it prices people out of the market. If you buy a home and you want to fix it up to make it look however you want to make it look, let's say you want to put a shed in the backyard, or if you want to put a porch on the front yard, or you want to use stainless steel or a steel roof versus shingles that were back in the day when those were built, or maybe you want to use wood instead of shingles, whatever. It's your property. You do what you want with it. As long as you keep it looking nice, what do I care what you do with your house? Historic overlays, 1, take away the ability of the property owner to use that property the way they want to use it, and 2, it increases the cost of housing because you have to use certain materials. You can't do this. You have to do that. So we're pricing people out of the market, and these homes will deteriorate faster because people won't be able to afford to maintain them to the standards that we've all created now, because the government knows better than you, and we should tell you how to use your property. I hate these things. We should not be using them. I understand why people want them, because in theory, it keeps the houses looking like they did back in the day, and it's charming, and it makes it feel more historic. But these are not the reasons you buy a house. You buy a house for an investment. You buy it because you want to live there, because you love the community, and if for those reasons you do it, you will maintain your house just the way you should. We should not be forcing people to do it the way that we think you should. That's not our job to tell you what to do. So I voted against that 4-1. If you have any questions about this video or the others, give me a call, email, fax, I don't know, and Facebook or Twitter, and keep watching how we're spending your tax dollars. Thank you.